What if I told you that financial instability is actually causing additional stress and harming your health? Well, there's a new report out that may just confirm this fact.
Tonight, we begin a new series called Retirement Ready. For millions of Americans, having enough money in savings is one of the biggest challenges, especially when you consider recent Wall Street losses that are shrinking 401k plans. CBS's Mark Strassman breaks down the numbers.
$224.50.
Daniel Fitzpatrick's original goal, retire at 60. He's now 64. Fitzpatrick's a senior planning executive making low six figures with money worry.
The benchmarks move as I get older.
What's your timeline for retirement?
Work till I'm 70, and then to look for something part-time afterward.
The national average for one person to live comfortably in retirement, roughly $967,000 in savings. Every retirement scenario is different, but that's $74,000 a year for the average American worker to live out his retirement. What's troubling, the typical retirement account's balance, $144,000.
The average Social Security benefits that people draw are about $20,000 every year. And if you are just relying on Social Security, it will be very difficult to make ends meet.
And yet, 40% of retirees say Social Security is their only source of income. Waiting to retire at 70 maximizes Social Security monthly benefits for the financial challenges of aging retirees.
The biggest expense that goes up are these medical expenses.
How many more dishes are you going to make?
Georgians like Fitzpatrick need about $850,000 to retire, about what he has in the bank.
There's still a fingers crossed quality to all of this.
If I had to retire and had to live on what I have right now, I'd be much more worried.
At least he's on track. In millions of older households, retirement shimmers like a shiny but unaffordable object.
Brothers and sisters, my name is A.B. Ridgeway. This is another episode of the Ridgeway Report, and today we are talking about saving for retirement, or what I like to call the retirement paradox, where we have a cost of living that we need to retire and we have our actual savings. And the majority of Americans have this huge gap of where they are and where they want to be. And they are playing this out in real time. A majority of individuals live solely on their Social Security when the cost of living is sky high. And brothers and sisters, I'm totally aware that in retirement, it depends on where you live. I mean, you're going to need a different amount if you live in New York or California. I think in Hawaii it's up to 2.2 million. But let's just take this for the example and say, brothers and sisters, this man is really working on his numbers. He still has to work. And you may be thinking, I'm not making that much money, or I am making that much money. What does my savings look like? How much am I saving for retirement? Do I have to work until I'm 70? I don't know his quality of life or what his plan is. You may be able to live off of less, or you may need more. This man said that all his money was in his savings account. Now, savings is a very broad term. I don't know if this is in his 401k. I don't know if it's in his retirement. I don't know if it's in his checking or his savings account. But if it's in his savings account, that can be very dangerous. This is probably why he's working past 60 and maybe even into his 70s, because he can't keep up with inflation. Inflation sometimes being 2 to 4% per year. He's not getting that growth in his savings account. Once again, that's another gap that he needs to fill by making additional income. Once again, we're trying not to work so hard in our retirement by making sure our money works for us when we are not retired, so that compound interest can give us rest and repose in retirement. Brothers and sisters, financial stress does take a toll on us physically. I do recommend that you watch the full video, because it really goes into details about how financial insecurity can affect all portions of our life. If we don't have a financial plan that gives us a sense of security, because a lot of people don't want to know, well, I don't want to look at it right now. I'm going to save up some more money, then I'll get a financial plan. No, you need to start now, no matter where you are, because you really don't know where you need to go. A financial plan is to ease that anxiety. Maybe you're going through a marriage, or maybe going through a divorce, or there's a life, or there's a birth, or maybe there's a death in the family, and you just feel overwhelmed. You don't really know what you don't know. Having a financial advisor will give you a sense of control and a sense of understanding for your situation, so you know exactly what you need to prepare for and how hard you need to work. No more, no less. It's not about how much you make in the stock market. It's not about how much your neighbor made, or your nephew made, or your niece, or your friend at the job. It's not about their life. It's about what makes you happy. You have to be able to determine when's enough. This is for the average American. The average American may not want to live average. Maybe they could live below average, or maybe they want to live above average. But whatever that looks like to you, you need to make sure you have a financial plan that matches. Millions and millions of Americans are going to have to change the quality of their retirement because they did not save. It's not about just getting to retirement. You could survive in retirement, even if you have to eat rice and beans like Dave Ramsey says. You could survive. But it's not about just survival. It's about the quality of life. Are you going to be able to stay into your home, or do you have to move into a single person apartment? Is it about having the medical care, or maybe having senior living facilities, or do you have to live at a family member's house? As humans, we can adjust to pretty much anything, but is that the life that we want to live? Is that the quality that we want? If you're going through any of these situations, maybe you're 5 years to retirement or recently retired, make sure that you schedule a consultation, because we want to help you through major life transitions, such as your retirement, so you can live without so much stress and anxiety. Also, make sure that you subscribe, because it helps me. It actually helps extend the algorithm, so this video reaches retirees just like you.